Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the NECA Terminator 2 Judgment Day Ultimate Sarah Connor figure, which is a pretty darn good figure. She stands roughly, of course I don't have her legs perfectly straight right now, but just about 17 centimeters to the top of her head, which makes her about 6 3/4, probably closer to 7 inches once you get her legs straightened out. And she looks really good. She comes with some accessories, so let's look at those first. First of which is a knife that comes in a little sheath on her hip, so that's pretty cool. If I can get it back in looking through the camera. So we have that. We have alternate heads. So we have this one, which is obviously her with her hat on and her little weird glasses that she had on at the one point in the movie. Very nicely sculpted. Unfortunately, the ponytail does not have a swivel in it, and since it's pegged in, I would have thought that it would have been a good idea to put a swivel in it, but they didn't. So it's a little disappointing, but it is soft, so it won't get in the way of anything. Very nice sculpt, though. Nice paintwork. Really happy about that. We have the long hair, non-ponytail version, which I think is a pretty good likeness. It may not be 100%, but I think it's. If you look back, that looks a lot like her. I saw the movie recently again, and it looks pretty close. Hair is sculpted well. It does have a metallic dry brush on top, which normally I'm not a fan of, but the way they did it, it does just make the hair look like it has some sheen to it. It looks a little worse on camera right now because of the heavy lights, but in person it looks pretty good. And then we have the ponytail head without the hat and without the glasses, which again, same situation, looks pretty good. I guess it could be better. I mean, lots of things could, but this is a pretty good likeness, and it looks pretty good. Then we have the shotgun, which has the shells on the top. Everything's painted real nicely. This is a separate piece, but it's designed to not fold back like I did when I did the unboxing video. So I would just leave it right where it is, and you'll be just fine. Nice accessory, though. We have a pistol. Again, nicely detailed. Looks good. And we have a rifle. So lots of accessories for this figure, and it's a very nice looking figure in general. So all around a really nice buy. Let's take a look at the figure. Now one thing I want to talk about is the fact that when they first showed this figure, it did not have the vest on it. It was just her in her tank top, which made me think that the vest was going to be removable, which would have been a cool feature because throughout a lot of the movie, she doesn't have the vest. Even on the artwork on the box, they show her without the vest. So unfortunately though, it is not removable. Intentionally. Now, what I've done is I've popped this part off. These just glue on. You can see the little tab right there. I popped mine off so that I could show you that if you wanted to, you could probably heat the whole thing up with a hairdryer, pop the torso off, and remove the vest by bringing it down after disconnecting those glued spots. Obviously, that's not what you're supposed to do, so I can't say I recommend it, but if you wanted to do that, you could. Obviously, you would have to re-glue this if you wanted to put it back on, but that's up to you. I just wanted to point out, if you're curious about that situation, that's how it is. So now let's look at the articulation. The head is on a double ball peg, and it has really nice range of motion, very natural posing. You wouldn't have any trouble posing her however you want to. It should be no problem at all. Shoulders on a ball hinge. Bring them out almost horizontally. You could probably force them even a little bit more if you wanted to. Full swivel, no problem there. Elbow hinge, almost 90 degrees. And then you get a little bit more of a bicep swivel there. Not more, you get a bicep swivel there. Wrists are on a single ball peg. The torso underneath this top strap has a diaphragm joint which lets it move around. And then the torso itself, the lower torso, has a ball peg that goes into the waist. So full range of motion there, no trouble at all. The hips are on a T-jointed standard ball hinge, so you can bring them forward and out to the side, no issues there. You have a thigh swivel. So that's good. The knees have the hinge, which pretty limited, unfortunately. But it is there, I guess. And you have a swivel there also. And then the ankles are on a ball peg, which doesn't give you the best range of motion, unfortunately. So she's not going to get in the most dynamic of poses, which is a little bit unfortunate. But it does look really good, so I guess that's the upside. Now, if you'll notice mine, for the kind of soft plastic floating crotch piece, it's not quite centered. You can see the internal plastic is off to this side, whereas that plastic is off to the right, and it's glued on there. So hopefully that's not a common issue. It's not super noticeable either way, and I'll be able to fix it no problem, but it is a little bit disappointing that it's not quite on there right. So I do recommend the figure. If you're a Terminator fan, this is one you definitely need to get. It's a really solid figure. You guys know a lot of NECA's figures are meant to look really good and maybe not have the best posability. This one still has pretty decent posability, but still looks really good. So I think it's a really nice balance, especially for the price point with all the accessories and the sculpt work and paint work. It's a very, very nice figure. So I do recommend it. It's in stock at Big Bad Toy Store now. I think should be in stock, so check the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. In the meantime, keep collecting.